go get one, Cheryl. Do you have one? We've got a few. Sorry, guys. Okay, I've just hit record. So this is Jo's Travel Tribe training. Unfortunately, she can't be with us here this Sunday. So I've put my hand up to help you out because I know she's super consistent and that if she can't jump on, definitely you guys still deserve somebody. So hopefully we can help you out. Now, she's asked me to cover what we call our toolkit. Now, here in Juice Plus, I feel like our toolkit is endless. I remember when I first started my journey and I came in and I was like, oh my God, what the hell? There's so many groups. I'm being tagged in so much stuff. Now there's so many message threads. I'm constantly getting notifications on my page. Who else felt like that? Was like, oh my God. I pick up my phone now and there's literally like, most of the time 15 messages at a minimum, and it's just become real life. But if I'm with somebody who's not a network marketer, they're like, oh my God, do you have to deal with that all day? So I just want to say to you guys, it's normal. It becomes part of life. You actually embrace it because you get excited knowing that you're getting notifications and new things to learn. But I do understand that at the start, it's a little bit of an overwhelm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down what we call our toolkit. And I like to think they're in two separate parts. So we have our toolkits, so like your actual hammers, your spanners, your measuring tapes, everything like that that's going to set your business up. And then you also have your skills. So the ones that you build, that you practice, that you get really good at in order to use those tools. Does that make a little bit of sense? So when we talk about tools, I like to think of them in two concepts. So we have tools to build our customer base and tools to build our team. Now, the two main tools that I utilize when I'm building my customer base is the Juice Plus testimonials page, which I'm pretty sure at the moment is called the Fruit and Veggie Capsules testimonials page because we're not allowed to use Juice Plus. And also, of course, the Juicy Body Transformation and Shred page. Now, I really recommend, guys, if you didn't come in as a customer first, if you came into the business and then bought your products at the same time, which most of us do, go back through and treat yourself like a customer. Go back and actually get excited by all the testimonials. Go back and watch the pinned post of the Juicy Body Transformation and have a look how it breaks everything down. Because what's really cool is that they're the tools that you want to transfer onto your brand new customers. Remember, it is so much easier to keep a customer than it is to go and find one. So if you guys understand our product and our program inside out, it's going to make it so much easier for your customers too as well, and then find the extra value. Now, also when I'm talking to a customer, I want to know my stuff. So with that, get to know all about the product. Now, this isn't something that you need to do before you start, but it's a journey as you progress. At NMD, I'm still learning about the product, okay? We're going to the conference in Phoenix next week, and I'm so excited because Phoenix is obviously close to where they produce all this stuff. So I get to hear from some really cool people about the product. Most of that information is probably going to be brand new to me. So please don't ever feel like you need to be an expert. You just need to know where the tools are and slowly build up your knowledge there. Now, more importantly, I love the business. Customers are cool. Yeah, we need to spend time on them because they are the lifeline of our business. But I absolutely love the opportunity side, the business side, helping people make money, helping people understand that there's another option in life is so cool for me. So my favorite tools are the business ones. Now, if we were to look at the business, there's certain things that we can go to straight away to help grow our business. Our main tools are our team pages. So you guys have Travel Tribe. You also are probably a part of Team Love. If you've been in the team a little bit, you've come into my team as well. Then there's possibly Team Illuminate, which is Lauren's, Team Freestyle, which is Adam's, and Team Spirit, which is Linda's. Now, the really cool thing for you guys to understand is that you have access to 5 NMDs wide. Cool? So that's what's really fun. Joe's obviously an NMD now. Then you've got me, then you've got Lauren, then you've got Adam, then you've got Linda. Okay, so the two up the top there are some of the highest earners in Australia. So utilize their team pages. If you guys are brand new, bear in mind this is going to be overwhelming because it means there's more pages for you to go and look at now. But I can guarantee that it's so worthwhile because hearing from Linda and Adam is so different from hearing to me and Joe. You know, each one of us have their own flair. Now, I absolutely adore Lauren, my Lauren. She's one of my best friends. But in the business, Linda is my mentor. I adore her. I get everything that she talks about. I love the way she explains her stuff because she's more like me. So if you guys want to find somebody who you resonate with, sometimes you do need to go up the ranks a little bit and find some more inspiration there. And the cool thing about our business is that it's all available. So one of the main tools that I would definitely get you guys to understand your way around is our team pages. Now, how do you find out your stuff in your team pages? The pinned post. Does everybody know how to find a pinned post? Yeah, we've got a few nods, a few questionables. Okay, awesome. So what we do is, depending on what device you are, you want to look at the top of the page. We normally have the cover photo. We'll take the top section. Then it comes down and it will say the name, and it'll probably show you the members. Then the first post down, there's normally a small little label and it'll say view pinned post. Now, if you click on that, it will take you to all the important information of the page. Pretty cool, hey? It's like a little highlight of everything that you need to know. If you're on a computer, normally it shows up right at the top because that's what a pinned post means. That means pinned to the top. On a mobile device, though, it's a little bit tricky. So it is that tiny little tab and you have to click on it to be able to see all the details. Now, I find that that's amazing because it'll pretty much talk to you about how to work your way around every single team. It'll probably even have a calendar in there to tell you when things are on. It might have the Zoom numbers of the leader. It might have Joe's number. Whatever it is, it's normally most of the important stuff that's really handy to know. So in my team page, it has all the important videos, like how to take interest and turn it into a customer. You know, how to set up a 3-way call, how to find teamings. All that kind of really basic stuff is straight in the pinned post. So definitely don't ever underestimate the power of just simply going into your team page and clicking on the pinned post. Now, in there's also the photo album. So if you're in a team page, go to the photo albums, you're going to see a hell of a lot of resources. So I know Joe's got hers organized absolutely beautifully so that you guys can go through and find everything. If you can't find anything in there or you're just up for a nosy, come and have a look in mine. You can look in Adam's and you can look in Linda's as well. Now, don't forget, Adam Team Freestyle is everything shred related. So if you're looking for something about the Juicy Body Transformation or the shred, go and jump in Team Freestyle. How do you get access to the other team pages? What I would do, hun, is I would just have a talk to whoever your upline is. Because most of the time they're already in there. But I do find as uplines, like I know myself personally, I really put off adding a brand new person to lots of pages until they ask or until I feel like they're absolutely bursting at the seams and ready to go. I just remember for me, it blew my mind. There were so many pages and I had no idea, and there's so many trainings popping up and I didn't realize what I was expected to be on. So for the start, normally your upline is just going to put you in your direct team. So for you guys, that's Travel Tribe. All right. But absolutely, if you guys are ready and you want to absolutely run with all of the tools here, go into the other team pages and have a bit of a play around. Now, the other important thing inside a team page is what we call the files section. So you can go over, depends on what device you are. Sometimes if you're on a mobile phone, I know I have to find all the headers and then slide across and it'll bring me to the files. Sometimes you need to click into a more button and then the files section will come up. But in there is some really cool stuff. So I know in my Team Love page, we have like your first 2 weeks of posts examples. So you can go in there and have a look at an example of 2 weeks posts of one of our leaders. You know, stuff like that is really handy. So it's really important for you guys to understand where to find this stuff, that it's so available to you, but sometimes there's so much information that it's hard to break it all down. So that's your team page. Now I find them absolutely amazing. There is also a team page by head office that is called the Australia/New Zealand franchisees page. Again, this is probably something that your upline hasn't added you to until you're ready to go for it. But what this is from, this is virtual office and head office related. So you can't go in there and talk about the Juicy Body Transformation and the shred because that's just our team. All right. But what it is there's really important updates, like head office will talk to us about when they get a new bonus, or, you know, if the structure of something has changed. Or sometimes, you know, people go in there and they say, look, I'm talking to a customer. They've sent me a really difficult message. What would you reply to this? And I find just spending some time scrolling through those pages and looking at what other people have experienced makes me feel really normal. It made me at the start realize that other people were going through challenges and shit and they couldn't really find their way around. And it makes it a community of relatability, which is so important. Now, in any of these pages, guys, you have the search function. So if you find a little button at the top, it normally looks like a little magnifying glass. You click on that, you can type in whatever you like. So if you're looking for a New Zealand event, type in New Zealand event. If you're looking for, launch information, type in launch. If you're looking for product information, type in product, omegas, whatever it is that you're searching for, get really niche on that. Now, I absolutely love this one for the testimonials page, because if you have a customer who is suffering really bad from, like, say, psoriasis or something like that, that you don't personally have a story to share, go into the testimonials page, search that illness or that ailment, and you have a whole lot of resources to be able to help this person with now, because you've got stories. And stories are our most important seller because, it's relatable. They get to see other people's journey. So definitely never discredit the power of the team pages. I know they can seem overwhelming, especially when you're brand new, but they're so very important. Now, above all, uplines. Uplines are your most valuable tool because they've been there and they've done it. Now, again, this isn't necessarily just the person above you. You have 5 people above you that you can talk to, that are here, that are invested in your business and want to see you succeed. So that may sound crazy, but we want to see you succeed. There's so many names, like, it blows my mind because Travel Tribe is just growing like insane. And there's so many names on my report of people that I've never even met, that I'm not even friends with on Facebook. And that does hurt my heart a little bit because you guys are part of, my family, my team as well. So please don't ever feel worried to approach one of your uplines, because we do really care. We want to see you work. We see you on our reports. So we want to know who you are. We want to know what your family looks like so that we feel like we're helping and we're invested. So please don't ever feel frightened to reach out. But do bear in mind, when you're messaging in NND, our message box is crazy. And I hope that one day all your message boxes are just as crazy as ours, because it's very fun. But it does mean that sometimes things fall through the cracks. And what I would most likely do, if you're looking to connect to higher uplines, put all of your uplines together in a message. So think about who they are. You could be quite low down. So I would put, say, 3 in a message. And that way you always have somebody to talk to. If you've got a question, there's 3 people in there that can answer it, not just one. Now, this is the beauty of it. If you have an upline who works full time, they want to support you. Okay, we do not want to step over them because they're the ones who found you. But at the same time, we want to help them grow their business while they're still at the juggling act. Okay, so please add in the upline as well. Don't ever step over somebody and just go straight to a higher one unless it's a real matter of importance. Then it's totally okay. But we do want to be really respectful of the people who brought you into the business and not step on their toes as well. So that 3-way message or the 4-way message is really cool, because then there's a whole lot of us that can support you. Hang on, Shirley, I'm going to come back to that, darling. Cool. So that's your tools. They're the hard set. They're there. You can use them. They won't build your business, no matter how hard you look at them. No matter how hard you study them, they won't make you a business. They're there to support you. Just like if you were to put the hammer, the measuring tape outside and you want to build a table and you just put it all together and just looked at it and thought really hard, I'm going to make a table, but you didn't work. You didn't build the skills. You didn't hit the nails a couple of times, get it wrong, go back, work it, measure it, cut it wrong, go back. That's the stuff that you have to do. And they're the skills that are going to build your business. So many people come to me, Shirley, and I'm going to use you as an example right now, because Shirley's just put in here, and I absolutely love her honesty, because I'm sure there's a few other people that feel the same. I see people all the time fall out at this early stage because people don't believe in the product and the program. Now, they must be other people around her. This is a perfect opportunity to build your skills. Okay, now you can build many skills around this to still stay successful, but what it is that builds you a business in this that is going to change your lifestyle is building and practicing those skills every day. Now, skills aren't talent. They're a choice. Okay, you need to make the choice to build them. I can guarantee you guys that I was not the person I am now 2 years ago. I had to build a shitload of this talent up, a shitload of the confidence. I had to go to work on it because I knew that the person I was you know, and this is self-responsibility, and I don't want to make offense to anybody, but the person that I was got me in the position that I wanted to get out of. I didn't want to be that person anymore because they were making dumb choices. They were playing below the line. They were blaming others. They were doing all that stuff that was making me living a mediocre life, and it was my fault. You know, so I had to change. I had to build those skills, and I had to realize that the only person who could do it was me. You know, and when you come into this opportunity and you see all these tools, like you go into the pages, you see the resources of people who have done it before you. You know, they've done exactly what you want to do, and they're there handing it to you. You guys have the best opportunity to take it and run, but it is going to take work. It's going to take stumbling. It's going to take falling over. It's going to take some days wanting to give up, but I can guarantee it's the person that gets up every single time that will be at the finish line, that NMD, that $3,000 check, that $10,000 income coming in every month. Can you guys imagine what that would do for your life right now if you had $10,000 coming into your bank account every month? You know, think about it. That's worth falling down. That's worth stumbling. That's worth saying, you know what? 2 fingers to you guys who don't believe in the program, because I do, and I've seen people win at this. So I'm going to do it. You know, and I can guarantee that once you make that decision of saying, I'm going to do this, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, makes it happen. They support you in your choices, but you absolutely have to believe it, because otherwise you're going to stay playing on this low level, and that's when you get hit with all the shit. That's when you get hit with all the low level people, the people that don't want to move out of their comfort zone, that would rather throw shit on your dreams than build their own. Does that make sense? So this is why I really think it's important for you guys to build these skills, because so many people think, I'm not good at that, or I can't do that, or I'm not like this person. They had to go to work, guys. No one just rocks up into this industry and just smashes it. I can guarantee. Like, if you looked at, I'm sure Lauren could laugh at me, the way that I first started, the way I first talked to customers, the way I first did all that. Just as, you know, Jo and I had a fair few laughs over what she would have done as well. It happens. So you guys have to embrace that part of the journey and almost just be like, you know what? I'm just going to run through it. I'm going to fall over as many times. I'm going to hit as many no's as I can. And I'm just going to fall in love with the process of this happening. So when I talk about building skills, it sounds cool. It sounds like something you can do, but I'm going to actually break it down and show you what those skills look like. So this would be a really cool one, Cheryl, because with your belief, the friends and that kind of not saying that they believe in the product and all that, that's obviously depressing. That's something that it could make you give up, and there's many people who have. But what I would challenge you is that, do you want to stay living where you are, or are you willing to really jump on this and push past all that, the negative naysayers? And one of the biggest skills that you're going to need to build in this is personal development. There's so many words I could say for personal development: self-confidence, self-worth, you know, even just net worth, all these type of things that are so important to build. They will build if you plug into the system. Trainings like this is what pushed me to build the confidence to go for it. But if you're choosing not to jump on the trainings and, you know, you can see yourself slowly start to give up hope, that is when you'll fall into the ditch. If you can stay plugged in to the system and keep building that personal development, that is when it's really going to work for you. So I absolutely love personal development. It is my number one. I think personal development in this business comes in so many different realms. It comes in the fact of jumping on training every Monday night, every Sunday night for you guys as well. For, you know, making a commitment to try and watch as many Zooms as you can every week. Absolutely, Shirley, I know you've got this. Out of everybody and every story that I've seen, I don't see how people can give you shit. But, you know, I believe it happens, because unfortunately people can be hard sometimes. But, you know, people only show up in our life to give us the lessons that we need. And your lesson that you might need at the moment is pushing past the negativity, standing up for yourself, knowing that you're worth more than their opinions, and just saying, you know what, F you, I'm going to do it anyway. Because that is a really cool lesson to learn. So personal development is my number one. Go to work on yourself. I'm just going to say personal life, because in that one, that's not related to your business. It's related to whatever it is that you feel like you need to grow. So if you guys don't know what area you need to grow in, get real honest with yourself. Is it that you need to be more determined? You know, do you need more motivation or inspiration? Do you feel like you need more confidence? Do you need to understand abundance a little bit more? Do you need to maybe get more organized? What is it that would make you feel better and would help grow you? Now, one of my favorite ones is, I'm obviously a little bit soulful on my personal development training, but I find once you feel strong in your soul, you feel strong in your spirit or your authentic self, whatever it is that you want to call it, the stronger you will show up for yourself in your life. When you don't understand who you are, it's very easy for people to push you around. And I almost have noticed that as I've got firmer with who I am, the less people even attempt it. You know, I remember feeling so worried when I was younger, not even younger, let's be real, probably like 4 years ago, because I'm massively spiritual. I love everything energy. I love the fact that we are so magical. And the way that I explain that to some people makes them think that I'm crazy. And it took me a long time to even want to talk about it, to want to post about what I believe in, to want to post about how important that it is, that it turned me off being that person. Now, when I got into this business, I understood by going through personal development how important it was to be authentic, how important it was to be that person that you're meant to show up as. And as I got really good at that, life got really bloody good. So I really do believe that if you are feeling stuck, go for something that is going to help you get back to your authentic self. Go and look at Super Soul Sundays or Super Soul Conversations by Oprah Winfrey. She's amazing. And she has a list of teachers of all sorts of stuff that help you find your authentic self, help you accept your authentic self. And I just think that's amazing. It's not religious. It doesn't breach any certain topics. It's actually quite broad. So sometimes they have Christians, sometimes they have Buddhists, sometimes they have Taoism, Sufi, whatever it is that, you know, she's kind of looking at that time. But I find it really helpful. So the number one skill that you guys need to build up is confidence in yourself. And that's through personal life and personal development. Cool. And then what I look at is so easy because we always break it down. The top 5 high-paying activities. Woo, cool. That's what you need to get good at, right? They're the skills that you need to build. So what do they look like? Now, our top 5 high-paying activities, if you guys ever get stuck, use that little search function that I talked about before. Look up top 5 or high-paying activities. Okay, and in any of the team pages, and you'll find endless stuff on them, but I'm going to break them down a little bit. Our first one's called Connect. Now, what are our skills that we need to learn in order to get really good at connecting? Now, again, I said learn. Don't expect them to show up straight away. We're going to learn them. So we're going to learn how to add friends on Facebook. Cool. We're going to learn how to build our network. We're going to learn how to put ourselves in situations that help us grow, that help us meet more people, put ourselves out there. And by this, I mean, go and join a local netball club, go and join a play group, go and join a basketball team, go and, you know, join the local music group, do whatever it is that you absolutely love, but put yourself out there. Because yes, it's probably going to be a little annoying. Yes, you're going to be out of your comfort zone. Yes, you might have to spend one more night out of the house. But imagine all the little things, the little skills that you're going to build while you're there. You might add friends. You're probably going to build to your network. You're definitely going to build your personal development because you're going to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to go and do something new and you're going to build up all those skills that you need in this. So definitely look at starting to build up how you can connect. What skills do you need to connect to somebody and how can I get better at doing them? In this as well, I'm going to put connecting. Another one of our awesome tools that you'll find in the files section is our scripts guide. Now, I'm a little bit iffy on scripts, just if you're going to do word for word, because I think word for word sounds robot. But I absolutely love our scripts guide for the fact that it gives you a brand new idea of what is going to work through whatever opportunity that you're going through. So I love going in there and thinking, that's awesome. I can see the point of it. How can I change it around a little bit so that it brings my authentic self to it? Do I have to change this word to that one? Do I have to say, something else at the start? Try and think about how you can bring yourself through the scripts book, because that's an awesome way to learn skills on connection as well. All right. Now, a second high paying activity is share. So we share what we do. That's basically what we do in a nutshell, isn't it? So when we share, we're going to learn how to use social media. One of my favorite things, my own mother said it to me. I can't do this opportunity because I'm no good at a computer. If you went for a job interview that you knew was going to pay $10,000 a month and you could walk straight in there and earn it, would you learn how to use the damn computer? Yes. Treat it like a business and it will pay you like a business. These are skills that you need to know. There's so much training on social media at the moment because people understand the power of it. So even if you wanted to, you could outsource that training. You could pretty much go on Facebook and look right now for free social media training, and the amount of shit that would pop up would blow your mind. You could even go into one of the team pages, type in social media in that little magnifying glass, and you're going to find so much training on it. Okay, because we also talk about it, because we understand the power of it. And we know that most of us probably weren't amazing at social media when we started as well. So we're going to learn and build our skills up on social media. Then what we're going to do is learn how to post 2 to 3 times a day that add value. How are we going to learn that? We're going to see what works. We're going to post some things, see what gets reactions, what doesn't, what gets engagement, what doesn't. We're going to utilize the social media training that we're trying to learn, and we're going to build how to add value. We're going to commit to doing 2 to 3 posts a day, even if we have no idea what we're going to post about. We're going to learn. We're going to go through. We're going to watch some of the leaders that are earning, because if they're earning, they probably learned how to do it by one of their leaders. So we're just going to copy. You know what's beautiful in this industry? You see one of my posts that you like? Copy and paste the damn thing. Put it on your status. Okay, I want to see you guys win. Most of the time I probably stole it from Jo anyway. Let's be real. She's got some awesome posts, doesn't she? So go and steal them, guys. We love helping you. Okay, we love helping you. We want to see you win. So really, go out there, utilize people. Now, if they're not necessarily your upline, and you see a real cool post that they like, send them a message and say, you know what, I love this. Would you mind if I shared it? Or don't share it, sorry, don't share if I copied and paste. I'll change a few words around, or I'll make it sound like me. The only thing I say don't share is that on this social media training, you'll learn that sharing has a very low algorithm of Facebook. So if you share something, you'll normally notice that you'll probably only get 1/3 of the amount of interaction that you would if you posted it yourself. So it's really important there for guys. And if you see somebody's testimonial or some photo or something like that, don't share it. Copy and paste it and take it for yourself. Even if it's like a positive quote or something. Of course, be a little bit polite if they're not your upline and say, hey, I'd really love to share this. Would that be okay? And hopefully they just take it as a compliment and say, go for it. What else do we want to do? Now, on sharing, be consistent and it starts with a V. Can anybody guess this? I'll give 10 points to the person who can guess this. Social media, what do you want to do? You want to be consistent and be, got no takers, or otherwise my Zoom's just really slow. Vulnerable. Valuable. I love that one too, Vicky. That's a really good one. That could be slash. You could be both. But I find being vulnerable makes you relatable. It makes people trust you. It builds a connection and it builds rapport. Okay, it's being genuine. Now, it is your superpower. It's your absolute superpower, because that alone comes back to when we were talking about our personal life. if you can't be authentic with your authentic self, with whoever you are behind all those masks that you wear, how on earth can you be vulnerable? And you know what? Some people are going to give you shit. Some people will say, you know, just like I was frightened of breaking out and being my crazy hippie self, some people will give you shit. But the people that will find inspiration in you is worth it. You know, it's crazy. I think if I had have stayed that scared, quiet, anxious girl who wasn't afraid, you know, who was too afraid to even walk out of her house, let alone get on a Zoom and share my real life. Can you imagine? Like, let's just think, I probably wouldn't have introduced this to Joe, and you guys may not have even found this. So that's the impact that you guys hold in your hand right now. Yes, it may be scary. Yes, you might not want to be vulnerable. You might not want to tell people about all those nasty things, but that is what's relatable, and that's what's going to impact people and inspire people. Not the fake stories that you tell yourself about yourself, okay? Not how awesome everything is or how great this is. It's being vulnerable. One of the biggest things about this is your business story, your pain point. The biggest skill that you can learn in sharing is how to tell your pain point. So for me, it's totally embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing, to the point where I had no money left at the end of the week. Like, we would go through the week and there would be days when there was like less than $40 in the bank account, and we were just praying something didn't go wrong. Because if a bill turned up or the car fucked itself, I was done. You know, there was nowhere to go. And the hard thing about that is that it wasn't fun. I didn't want to tell anybody about it because I was too proud. But do you know how many people out there can relate to that? How many people out there can think, oh my God, you're a human. You know, you're a human, and now you're seeing something good for yourself. It makes people inspired, because they think if you're normal and you've got that kind of stuff, you've had that drama, then maybe I could be successful in something like this too. So think about what it is. If you take anything away from this tonight, guys, go and spend 10 minutes writing down what your pain point is that got you into this, that you can add into your story, that you're now going to wear like a Superman cape and you're not going to be frightened of it, because it's going to go out there and inspire somebody else. I can almost guarantee you guys, if you went and put a post up tonight or in the morning, being Monday morning, about something vulnerable. So, you know, let's just use my example. I would say, you know, I can't believe that this time last year I was stressing out about, you know, making ends meet. I was literally spending the last couple of dollars in my account every week, to now being able to create something really cool. There would be people in there that would get to that ask me, that PM me. You guys have even more of a story because they can see it happening. For me, most of my market, they didn't see me at the start of my journey. So for them, it could be fake. Your friends, your family, the people that are in your warm market are watching your journey unfold. So you may not think it's very powerful, but it is so powerful. You know, even if you're not quite at where you want to be yet, and let's hope none of us are, because we're all going like thousands of dollars to the top, just use where you are so far and what you're excited for the future. You know, so I'm so excited that I found an online opportunity that gives me the option to create an income at my own pace, or to create a limitless opportunity, or a limitless income, whatever it is that you can word or put up there, but really start to highlight your pain point and what you're excited for the future. And I can guarantee you'll get bites. And that's really cool on team. I don't think any of you guys were on. I'm so rambling, but I hope that you're getting some information from it. I shared this on my STVF call, but I had a girlfriend who she got to me through, we'd been at school. So she'd watched me and Lauren do it, because Lauren and I went to school. We had all the same market. And she messaged me on one of my posts, because I put up a post of me and my daughters at SeaWorld during school holidays. And I said how important it was that I could spend this time with them, because 12 months ago, I would have been working for somebody else and I would have been putting my kids in after school care. And she actually messaged me and she said, oh my God, I can so resonate with that. You know, I'm feeling really mum guilt at the moment because I'm never with my kids. So that was my pain point, putting my kids in daycare. And my exciting future was that I now get to spend it with them. So just make sure that's team. That's building team right there, because you're showing people a vulnerable pain point and you're showing them a future they can look forward to. Again, if you're not at the future yet, project. So I'm so excited that I found an opportunity that can, project, because you guys will get there. If you build up these skills, it's guaranteed. Number 3, events. What skills do we need to build? We need to build our verbiage. How do we get good at talking to people? How do you think we get good at talking to people? Do you think it just magically comes out of our ass when we first sign that $165 fee? No, we have to talk to hundreds and hundreds of people. Okay, so if you talk to 30 people and you've got all no's and you think, oh my God, I'm so shit at this, I should just give up, I can guarantee that we've all been there. We've all done it. Okay, 30 people is nothing. You want to go out, you want to talk to 300 of them. Okay, because 300 of them, there's so many people to practice on. If you take away the expectation and you just go there for appreciation, you're just loving this journey, you're just happy to be in it, you're happy to learn the process, take away the expectation, you will learn so much more about it and you'll really start to enjoy it. Because in that 300 people, you're going to build this skill up. And that's the most important thing, not a yes. Okay, Linda uses the analogy. Would you take $3 million, a suitcase of $3 million, or would you take the toolbox that got you that $3 million? $3 million, once you spend it, it's done and gone. If you get this toolbox and you've got all the skills included, yes, you might have to do the work, but you can make that $3 million over and over and over and over again. So with this, guys, don't be excited about the one person that says yes. Be excited about the opportunity to practice. And I can guarantee if you flip that perspective and take away the expectation, not only does it become more fun, but it happens faster. Because people don't smell that you're desperate. They don't go, oh my God, this person just really wants me on their team. They actually start to think, oh, this is a real person. They're genuine. They're talking to me. They're not hunting me. They're just having a good chat, and you're building this skill, which is really important. Now, another one, invite. So when we're talking about events, learn the verbiage of how to invite big. This is something that most of us are shy about, but invite lots of people to what we do. Invite lots of people to your events. Invite lots of people to have a look at a link. Again, this is really important to not just think of, I want that tick, I want that team member, I want that promotion. I want that practice. I want to learn this skill. I want to build how to get better at inviting to things big. Okay, because if you can master that skill, then you get a hell of a lot more yeses than just one, I can guarantee. Now, another one is number 3, inviting to events. It kind of links back to connecting and how to talk to new contacts. This is one of my favorite things. I get a new team member and I say to them, go and add 5 people each day. And then they're like, yeah, but what do I talk to them about? Like, I don't know, learn. Have some conversations, have some fun, talk to them, go through their Facebook profile. It's not just going to come instantly, guys. It's really not. You have to go to work. You have to learn. You have to be awkward. You have to wear it like a crown and just go to work, because one day when you're at that NMD position, you will not care about the awkward conversation that you had, or the person that called you, Shirley, what was it, a scumbag? You're just going to laugh and you're going to think, oh, okay, have fun at work tomorrow, because that's literally what it is. It's not a big deal. Now, number 4, just quickly, follow up. The skills is literally just follow up. Because so many of us are frightened of it, we don't want to learn how to follow up because it's pushy. It's being annoying. We don't want to learn how to do that. We don't want to learn how to follow up because we don't want to make people feel like we're pushing on them. That's something you need to learn how to get over. Okay, because it comes back to treat this like a business, get paid like a business. If somebody shows interest, guys, they were interested. They were interested. They were interested for a reason, and it's your job to help them say a yes or a no. If they say nothing, then you haven't finished your job. Okay? With that, again, be respectful. Don't go and pester them every single day. But I find a really good way to follow up if you've been in a conversation with somebody and they fall off the grid, they don't talk to you anymore, or, you know, they've stopped replying, or, you know, they've gone cold. Happens to everybody. Don't take it personally. It definitely happens. And I think I've done it to people. You know, I've done it to people. I did it to Lauren for so long, and she will tell you about that all the time. So you could be me. I was cold for 18 months and she kept loving on me. And one of my favorite ways to do it, if you've gone in a conversation, they've gone cold, go to their Facebook feed. Make a note that every time they post, you're going to love the hell on it. You're going to give it a big love heart. You're going to comment on it. You're going to be invested in their life. You know, and if something comes up and they start talking about how much they love life and, you know, they're so healthy and they're so fit, then maybe it's not the time to talk about the product right now. You know, maybe you don't have a gift that can help them right now. So just leave them on your grid, check in every couple of weeks and do your kiss, hugs and that kind of stuff through training. But learn how to follow up and learn how to do it professionally. With that, guys, the best time to follow up somebody is 24 to 48 hours. Any longer than that and you've let your opportunity slip, and it's really only your fault for doing so. So it happens to me all the time because I'm not really good at doing a grid. Joe does like to get angry at me for that, but it's just not one of my skills. I try, but if you have a grid, this will work, okay? 24 to 48 hours is what you should be aiming for, because what it does is it doesn't let the excitement slip. They're still semi-organized. Now, the worst way that you can follow up is be like, hey, are you ready to order yet? Or, hey, I'd love to get your details. Remind them why you're following up and why they should say yes. So, you know, if they were having trouble with their health, say, I'd love to make you feel better. Because now they're not just thinking about the money out of their bank, they're thinking about the fact that they will feel better. If you're following up from a team perspective, you know, don't just say, I'd love to have you on the team. Because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care if you want to have them on the team. They want to know what they're going to get out of it. So you say, I would love to be able to help you get more time with your kids. I would love to be able to help you earn online. Okay, so it's really important. And again, how do you get good at that? Practice. You learn what works. But if you guys can get good at jumping on trainings, you'll watch us talk about what works, and then hopefully you can avoid some of those awkward conversations by just handing down what works and duplicating it. And number 5, customer care. I'm not really going to go into the skills of customer care because, again, if you use your toolbox like we talked about and you go into Freestyle, Team Love or Travel Tribes, the files section is a customer care guide. So you can go through everything. It gives you the customer care phone call questions. It gives you little ideas to send out to your friends. It gives all sorts of stuff to be able to make your customers feel appreciated. And if I can leave it on one note, guys, whoa, 9:30. Does your training normally go for an hour? I hope so. If one thing that I can give you, and this is when you're building team, when you're building relationships, and when you're building customers, is appreciation goes so far. Appreciation is one of the nicest things that we can give to somebody else. Respect is cool, but appreciation is better because it's mixed with gratitude and respect. So we're not only saying we're thankful that they're here, but we're saying, I love that you're here. Now, if you're talking to your customers, you need to be so appreciative of them because they've invested their health in your hands. They've given you a commission check. Okay, so you are responsible for making sure that their journey is awesome. Appreciate the hell out of them. Send them a cute little message, write them a hand note and send it in the mail. Do that kind of stuff that's important. If you're building team, if you have a brand new teamie, send them a handwritten letter saying how excited you are to get them started. Do up the nicest welcome post that you can think of. Send them a gift when they reach DVF, SDVF and their promotions. Do that kind of stuff because, you know, we talk about what you put out, you get back. If you're running from a vibration of appreciation, that gratitude brings back so much abundance, so much, you know, and if you guys are here to become abundant, get appreciative. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm going to leave it there because I've talked for so long. But if anybody else has any questions, definitely pass them on through. We'll do a little bit of Q&A before you jump off. But I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for giving it to me on a Sunday night. Hopefully you can go back and spend a little bit of time with your partners and your family before you got to wash, rinse and repeat the week starting of Monday.